snakes with wings that can fly to a 100-foot snake god caught on film. Here are 12 of the strangest snake cryptids ever.
Welcome to Crypto Fun Fridays.
Number 12. Erebor. This is one of several flying snake cryptids our cryptozoology department uncovered. Its name means Arab snake and is said to live close to the Arabian Sea. Reports indicate it's quite hostile and has leathery bat-like wings it uses to fly. But some experts take issue with that, saying the creature does not achieve true flight. Rather, the snake actually glides through the air by using a flap or an arboreal specialization on its spine. Number 11. Grootslang. According to South African legend, these ancient creatures were given incredible powers by the gods. Grootslang is Afrikaans and Dutch for great snake or big snake, and these creatures are said to have become so strong and cunning that the gods themselves felt threatened and decided to split them into two distinct animals, snakes and elephants. But an original Grootslang somehow got away and became the sire of all other such creatures that came after. Certain accounts claim the Grootslang grow to some 60 feet long and is often depicted as a massive snake with orange jewels for eyes, or is described as a huge creature that resembles an elephant with the tail of a serpent. It lives in a cave called the Wonder Hole, or bottomless pit, which is filled with diamonds that the creatures covet. Legend has it that victims can bargain for their lives if they offer the Grootslang enough gems. Number 10. Suresh. This cryptid comes from Africa by way of ancient Babylon and is also known as the Masosh. It's a hybrid creature possessing hind legs with eagle-like talons, cat-like forelegs, an elongated neck, and a horned head with a crest. So, how does it qualify as a reptilian cryptid? Well, it's also said to be part scaly dragon and has a snake-like tongue. It actually dates back to the 6th century BC and was depicted in a reconstruction of the Ishtar Gate of Babylon. There's speculation that this was a real animal, or at least based on one that was possibly imported from Africa. Robert Koldewey, the archaeologist who discovered the Ishtar Gate in 1902, thought the closest match might have been Iguanodon, a dinosaur that had bird-like hind feet and lived in the early Cretaceous period. Another theory is that it's a creature that's still around, but remains unknown to zoology. Number 9. Namibian flying snake. Snakes are scary enough, right? But this cryptid from Africa is said to have wings. The scaly creature is described as 25 feet long and has leathery bat-like wings that span 30 feet, which make it capable of sustained flight. Reports indicate that it has a neck which can expand and contract, possibly related to its respiratory functions. Among its odd features, the flying snake is said to have a bioluminescent crest and horns, and is known for a deafening and frightening roar. It was first sighted in 1942 in the Karas region of Namibia, where a man said he sighted a huge snake hurling itself down a hill. Another 2 sightings of the creature were reported after that. Number 8. Giant Congo snake. A military commander in 1959 claimed to see a snake in the Democratic Republic of Congo that he estimated at 50 feet long. The monstrous reptile was spotted from a helicopter that flew over the forest. The commander said the giant snake was emerging from an opening in the forest floor and had a head around 2 feet wide and jaws 3 feet long. It was said to have a coloration that ranged from dark brown and green on top with a light-colored underside. The helicopter made several passes at the beast from a lower altitude, but when the massive snake appeared ready to strike, the copter flew away to safety. Some cryptozoologists feel the creature might have been a titanoboa that time forgot. Number 7. Tsuchinoko. Assuming I got that pronunciation right, let's proceed. This snake-like creature is found in Japanese folklore. The name translates to, roughly, hammer's spawn, and is said to measure up to 80 centimeters long. While the head and tail of the critter are narrow, its girth expands and widens in the middle. Along with its viper-like fangs and venom, it can leap around a meter in distance. Legends claim the creature has a taste for booze and is capable of speech, but has a propensity for lying as it speaks with a forked tongue. They've often displayed the ability to ingest their own tail and roll along like a hoop, and that is not unlike the hoop snakes from North Africa and Australia, which we will get to shortly. Did you know that this cryptid is actually referenced in the Kojiki? That's the oldest existing chronicle of Japan that dates back to the 8th century. Number 6. Crowing crested cobra. This serpent comes from Africa and is said to be around 20 feet long. While the bodies are brown to black, its crest is bright red and projects forward. There's speculation this serpent might have arboreal abilities and might also exist in the water. They're known to be extremely vicious, and the venom is said to be powerful enough to result in instant death. As the name implies, the animals make sounds similar to a rooster crowing. They're known to feed off maggots from rotting flesh and will attack humans by dropping from the trees and striking at the face. Some experts claim this creature might be a misidentified gaboon viper or rhinoceros viper, or some species of venomous snake as yet unidentified. Number 5. Hoop snake. This creature gets its name from its tendency to clamp its tail in its jaws and then roll after the prey like a wheel. At the last moment, the serpent will straighten itself out and impale its victim with its venomous tail. The only way to escape the attack is to hide behind a tree, and should the tree receive the strike, it would die immediately from the venom. The creature appeared in tales related by lumberjacks, but it was first described in 1784. A letter from that year noted that while the snake attacked in its wheel-like form, it would slither away from aggressors like any other serpent. Sightings of this cryptid have been reported from the Minnesota-Wisconsin border to British Columbia, and they've also been seen in Australia. Did you know there's a $10,000 reward for the first person who can produce verifiable evidence of a hoop snake? Number 4. Real-life flying snakes. So we've told you about a couple of flying snake cryptids, but there is no dispute about the existence of this particular serpent. It truly does exist and are found in Southeast Asia. Now, how do they fly? Well, they manage to push themselves vertically up trees by pushing against the rough bark. Once the animal reaches the end of a tree branch, it can lean forward and thrust its body away from that tree. It creates a type of pseudo-concave wing by pulling in its stomach and flaring out its ribs, maintaining a serpentine undulation as it stabilizes its direction. That enables the serpent to glide through the air. The slithering motion enables them to somewhat control the direction while airborne. Now, it might be more accurate to call them gliding snakes, but flying snakes sounds much more cryptic. Could these creatures provide an explanation for those flying snake cryptids we mentioned earlier? Number 3. Tsuchinoko gigante. Its name means, roughly, giant anaconda, and sightings of this massive constrictor snake have been reported in South America since at least the mid-19th century, and persisted into the 1970s. Measuring some 131 feet long and weighing up to 5 tons, this immense creature is said to have made its home in the Amazon River since ancient times, and uses its massive size to control its territory. Despite that size, the beast has proven to be surprisingly elusive, with no definitive proof of its existence actually discovered. Yet, unconfirmed stories declare that explorers have encountered anacondas measuring anywhere from 33 feet to around 150 feet, leading some cryptozoologists to speculate the creature might be a descendant of Gigantophis or Gigantophis. That prehistoric snake could grow more than 30 feet long and lived in the Eocene period that ended some 34 million years ago. The subsequent discovery of Titanoboa, the gargantuan snake that lived during the Paleocene epoch, might also provide clues to Tsuchinoko gigante. Number 2. Nabow. This creature has been spotted by local tribes in Borneo and is said to reach over 100 feet long. The Nabow is a python-like serpent with a head resembling a dragon and has 7 nostrils. In folktales, it's considered a god that possesses preternatural powers. Its scales are claimed to bestow a person with incredible strength. It can transmogrify itself into the shapes of various animals, and simply seeing the creature is said to bring good luck. If that's so, then a lot of good fortune was imparted in 2009. That's when a huge serpent-like creature was seen in Borneo's Bala River. The picture was taken from a helicopter by a relief worker monitoring flood regions. A second picture shows a serpentine creature in the waters of a remote village, and locals say it's the same creature in both photos, but taken in different parts of the river. While skeptics have dismissed the picture as a result of digital manipulation, others say it's actually the ancient Nabow. Number 1. Reports of giant anacondas date back to the European colonization of South America. Sightings of monster snakes measuring in excess of 160 feet were claimed by colonists. Stories of hunters killing serpents from over 33 feet long to more than 147 feet were reported through the 20th century, and that has led to many long and winding debates about the creatures amongst cryptozoologists. Could these giant snake cryptids reach proportions as seen in the picture? Well, Tsuchinoko lived some 60 million years ago and is regarded as the largest snake that ever crawled the earth. Depending on the source, that creature reached lengths approaching 50 feet and weighed more than a ton. Is it possible the Anaconda is an offshoot of Tsuchinoko that managed to survive for millions of years to the present day?
Welcome to Crypto Fun Fridays.